Nocco, right? Nocco?
Yes, Nocco.
Okay. Nocco. All right.
No carbs,
Make sure.
no
Move
sugar.
this. Hey, ladies.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Hello.
Hey, woohoo. Hey, ladies. Coach Alicia here from Try Fit Chicks, and I have a guest, Haley from Nocco.
Hello, guys.
So here's the thing. Haley just walked in the gym, and so we're sampling out their product, and we just got to speaking, and I learned a lot about her in about 5 minutes. So I said, do you want to do a live interview? And she's like, yeah, of course. She's a great speaker, and so I just thought bringing her on to you guys, we can ask her some questions. I love learning about women and understanding where you've come from and your journey in fitness, and so let's start with your product first. So give our group a little explanation of what your product is about.
All right, ladies. And so the product here is a performance beverage, and the company is Nocco. So it stands for No Carbs Company.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No Carbs Company.
That's
so
pretty sick.
Based out of Stockholm, Sweden, in 30 different countries over in Europe. We just launched into the US market. And so I have our, like I said, performance beverage. There's no carbs, no sugar, and it has 3 out of your 9 essential branched chain amino acids. So meaning your body does not produce them.
Nice.
And so, yes, these are great for muscle recovery as well as for building muscle. So the front runner amino acid is L-leucine, which I'm not sure if you guys are big on amino acids, but we're gonna give you a little product knowledge. And so L-leucine is the holy grail of amino acids, and it is fundamental for muscle recovery.
Okay.
And so we have L-leucine, L-valine, and L-isoleucine. The other 2 are great for muscle gaining and really just making sure that your body holds on to those proteins.
Now let me ask you, for the everyday women that works out, which one would you recommend?
So there's 2 options. So we have 3 that are caffeinated. So this is Caribbean. We also have tropical as well as peach. And so this is great for a pre-workout. It has 180 milligrams of caffeine. So
okay, good.
About a cup and a half of coffee. And so really if you want to get going, and I know, literally just get it moving and grooving, this one as well as peach and tropical would totally be right, totally be your jam. And then for you ladies that are either caffeine sensitive or you already have your routine, you love your cup of coffee in the morning, we do have a decaf option, apple. Crisp, it has a higher concentration of your BCAAs, so 5,000 milligrams opposed to the 3,000.
Okay.
And so this is great, sip on during the day, sip on it after, late night workout if you're not trying to get hopped up on caffeine. So this is our other option as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
So sweet. I'll be putting a link attached to this video when we get finished. But let's get started and dive into like how we start speaking. We were just jamming, and I started off with like, man, you are such a great speaker, you should do a podcast. And she goes, well, I'm passionate about
mental health.
Whoa, that's an amazing subject. And I've had to deal with it this past year with my godmother suffered from mental health, and it was really a huge eye-opener for me, like really just like devastating. So let's hear about you're passionate, what you're passionate about, and share with our girls, what.
Right, and so for me, I am super passionate about fitness and mental health and how they both coincide and go together. And, it's a great combo.
Yeah.
It's a really great, effective release for, stress or, whatever things are going on in life. And for me personally, so, in regards to mental health, so growing up, my mother, she battled with some mental health issues, and she ended up passing away because of them. And so for me, it happened when I was 15. So ever since then, I turned to basketball and I turned to fitness to be my release. So despite all the craziness that was going on in my world, what I could control was how hard I worked on the basketball court. I could control how many push-ups I did. I could control how hard I ran that sprint, how hard I ran that mile. And so I took my personal pride on that. And I built my confidence from that, because despite, things that were out of my control,
absolutely,
I could control what I did in my athletics and for my body, just taking care of my body and making myself feel good. And, you know, maybe at times I didn't feel like I had the inner strength, but, you know, in the practice facilities, I could build that physical strength, and then eventually it manifested itself into mental strength, that, you know, I can push through this sprint, or I can get that last rep, and then it would equate to, you know, whatever stressors are going on in life, you know what, I've trained my body and my mind to be able to overcome that.
Yeah, that's amazing, because you take the perspective of having a family member, your mom, having a mental health issues, and that's how you survive. Like,
it is.
You know, it was your like you found your joy and peace in fitness, and that's beautiful. Like, so many people come to fitness for whatever reason, and a lot of women actually have your own reasons. And I know at one point for me, like how I deal with stress now currently is fitness. And even when I was going through a hard time after we had our children, I didn't have them, but I still was in a state of chaos, because it was just trying to juggle everything. And so for me, I believe firmly in training, and even for people that have mental health issues, it's good for them, right?
Oh, it's amazing. The endorphins, the amount of data that is out there that, you know, even 30 minutes a day helps decrease the, you know, potential for depression, or, you know, if with bipolar disorder, when, you know, you're in a manic state or a hypomanic state, meaning your moods are elevated, you have all this crazy energy and you're go, you're able to be a little bit more grounded. And, you know, it's like I said, I cannot emphasize enough how empowering it is to know that regardless of what is going on around you, you can find security and you can find solace in knowing how hard that you work in the community that you build. Absolutely. You know, and you've done a great job of building this huge community here. I mean, I'm looking outside, there's tires and, you know, monkey bars, and over here there's ropes, and, you know, even just seeing a workout of, you know, these women in here just busting their ass and doing it together. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Let's talk about a little bit about the programs. You said you used to go into high schools. What's that about? Yes, and so, you know, like I said, I love bringing my two passions together, and so mental fitness and physical fitness. And so I'm from Michigan, and so I'm from Detroit. Very, very cold. I am loving this California sunshine. And so I would go to different high schools, local high schools in Michigan, and I would talk about positive decision making. I would talk about how important it is to take ownership of yourself, and to really take a step back and also recognize what's not yours to own. So for example, you know, a personal example with my mom, so she ended up taking her life, and for a while, you know, I thought, you know, was it my fault? And to take a step back and say, hey, listen, that is not what I'm responsible for. That's not on me. Yeah. But what is on me is the actions and the life that I choose to lead after that. After that. And so putting myself in. That's fantastic. You know, and it's taken me obviously a long time. You know, it's a journey, it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. But, you know, what helped me is fitness. And basketball, I say it all the time, saved my life. That community that you build, like-minded people. And so, you know, that's what I would preach when I would go to these high schools and workshops, is positive decision making, finding that community, finding your tribe, and, you know, holding yourself accountable and other people around you accountable. That is so awesome. And it's crazy. I got goosebumps, because I believe, like, I'm so adamant and a firm believer in the power of your mind. And when I put something out, like, to God, the universe, whatever you may believe, like, things happen. And it's not coincidence you're sitting here. Because honestly, I gave a talk this morning about, the quote was, when you're given lemonades, don't make lemonade, make grape juice. So it's kind of like, it's hard to fathom, right? Right. So you're given lemons in life. Okay. You're not going to make lemonade. You're going to make grape juice. Grape juice, when you think that, like, how do you do that? Like, how do you make grape juice out of lemons, right? Right. But that's the beauty of getting through something like losing your mom. I couldn't even imagine. You've created grape juice. Look at the life you're living. Like, you got through that hard circumstance that you were given, and you created something beautiful. You're living a life now, like, you're living it. Yeah, you know? Doing you could have went the other way. And at the end of the day, like, you have choices. You can go at the obstacle with positivity and, like, joy,
It's hard. It is so hard.
Definitely.
Trust me. But you could either go be angry, bitter, jaded, but you didn't take that direction. And maybe at times you kind of felt like that, but you took the other direction and you made grape juice. And that's like, I
love grape juice.
I know, right? When I read that, it just hit me like, oh my gosh, like most people when they go through stuff, it's just like, they'll do okay. But, if you can think like a dream is grape juice, like just living your dream to the fullest, being your greatest self. And that's what I believe you're doing, is living your greatest version of yourself. Like that is grape juice. So I know it's kind of odd, but that was my talk this morning. And then here you go, show up, walk through my door, and so this is meant to be. These conversations are like meant to be. And so, it's pretty awesome what you have done to go, to really, like I said, to lose your mom and to really be a positive impact, especially in kids' lives. Like, wow. This is awesome, right, guys? So, anything else you would like to share with our group before we head on out?
Honestly, I would just like to say I feel so honored to be here.
Oh,
and,
so cool.
For you ladies that are watching, you are incredible. You are worthy of love and the best life and all the grape juice.
And all the grape juice.
And then the wine that comes from the grape juice.
Yeah. Hey!
And then you just
we're going to get some wine. Yeah, that's awesome.
So, but yes, I feel honored, and I do
We should create a podcast called Grape Juice.
We should. It could be sweet.
Yes.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's, we could go on all day about that. But, well, thank you. I feel
all right,
so
thank
honored.
you. So awesome.
Yes.
It's great having you. All right, ladies, have a great. What day is it? Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
I always forget.
Wine
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wine Wednesday. Oh, we're just coming up with a bunch of stuff.
We're just keeping it rolling.
All right, ladies, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.